Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Just wanted to say a couple of things here. First of all, before I say anything, I want you guys to know that what I share with you, I share in the name of my own higher power, the one who created me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May peace and blessings be upon you all. Okay, so first off, one of the issues that has come to mind, as of late, as I'm, eventually one day, inshallah, I'll be able to read this coin, and for those who don't know, it is, it's a very, very important prayer to some 12-step type of people. And so where I was going with this is, I had a brother online that, I'm trying to learn how to translate it, and not so much translate it, but I'm trying to learn how to read it. And brother online was like, why are we bringing all this stuff in here when we have Islam and we have these perfect things? Well, I want to make a speech, here. I want to make a speech here, mainly for a lot of us reverts out there. One thing that it's worth remembering is that we live in a place where most of us were taught that, we were taught some kind of a false thing about Islam, and we're taught nothing about about what it means to really be a Muslim. And so where I was going with this is, in my lieu of getting clean and and learning how to try and make myself a better, more humble person, there's been a lot of things that I've had to accept, and going through, I learned this, I learned these prayers, especially one like the Serenity prayer, not to disobey Allah, but I learned it because, number one, it is not haram, in spite of all the crazy rhetoric that, you might get from some other people. It does not contradict anything in the Quran, matter of fact, there are verses in the Quran where it it asks us that we be humble about things, and so as Muslims, us reverts, let's be honest about it. Most of us, come Christmas time, we're coming home, we got a Christmas tree right in our living room, and well, what do we do about that as Muslims? Because as Muslims, we don't, a lot of us, like me, like I still partake in a lot of that stuff because, I'm not that I'm obligated to as a Muslim, because as a Muslim, I still believe that the Quran is what I need to follow. But at the same time, we got to remember, though, that we're living in a certain place where, we're living in a place where, number one, church and state have always remained separated, and, number two, most of us are, especially us reverts, we're going to be coming back home, and we're going to have a Christmas tree in our yard, we're going to have a dog in our house, we're going to have pictures all over everywhere, so what do we do about that? Sometimes the only thing we can really do is accept it, and there's nothing wrong with that, and so, basically, we accept it for what it is, and we can't afford to be extremists to the people that we love, My own philosophy on this is there's no way to promote peace if you're out there being an extremist to other people, That's the way that I look at it. My shirt says pray, obey, love, repeat. Well, what else as a Muslim am I supposed to do 5 times a day other than pray, obey, love, and repeat? Now, that's my advice here to many of my revert friends. Every now and again we're gonna run in and we're just gonna get feedback sometimes, and doesn't mean that the feedback doesn't come out of love from our brothers who were brought up in more conservative families and stuff. Doesn't mean that they don't love us. It just means that they're coming at things from a different point of view, and that's okay. The point of the thing is like what we do, because our struggles are not the same as their struggles, And so, with that being said, I think this is probably one of the most fitting surahs to kind of describe what I said. And I'm learning how to read it in Arabic. So, I will show you guys, I will show you guys the cards that I have here. Well, these here are the cards. But you guys will know that I'm not cheating. These are them right here. And you will know that there's nothing on the back that you can go with, because I'm really trying to learn this, and I want to get it down. So we're gonna try this. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ توابا. Given that recital, by no means perfect, but let me tell you what I just recited, okay? And this, I think, kind of, because at the same time as Reverts, there's just no way we're going to live a completely conservative lifestyle, like, especially in the first 3 years or so of Islam, and there's a lot of stuff that we're just going to have to side with when it comes to the scholars. Me, I have to side with a lot of the lenient sides, it's just the nature of the beast and the way that I live, and so what I got going on here is this is the translation of what I just read. It's derived from the Oxford book. Is it? Yeah, pretty sure it is. Anyway, you'll find the translation for it. So, we'll read it by here, and you guys will know what it is that I'm saying. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ. When God's help comes and He opens up your way. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. When you see people embracing God's faith in crowds. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ توابا. Celebrate the praise of your Lord and ask His forgiveness. He is always ready to accept repentance. So, that being said, to us Reverts, it's not necessarily an easy life, but it's a worthy one, and it's a humble one. So, with all that being said, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us all. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Layla Saida.